What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode, and today what we're going to be talking about is how I set up my electronics for ice fishing. So my flasher / graph. I've had a lot of questions, a lot of people have seen it in the videos, and I'm just wondering how I have it set up because they've never seen it before. So without further ado, we're going to get into the video. Stay tuned. Another thing I'd like to say to you guys is down below in the comments, drop a comment down below if you have a really good idea for how to set up a Vexilar system like this, or a better way to do it, or so you can bounce some ideas in the comment section before I get into how I do this. And after the video, if you see how I do this and you think there's a better way of doing it, drop that comment down below. I'd really appreciate it. So without further ado, we're going to get into this video. Alright everybody, so now we're going to get into it. So what I'm basically going to do is point the camera down at the table here, and I'm going to go through all the parts and basically how I put my unit together so you can see exactly how I'm doing it. Alright everybody, so as you can see, we have all of the parts down here. Now I'm just going to go through really quick and identify what's what. So obviously we have the battery here. This is a 12-volt battery here, just small portable battery. Basically you'd use these for Vexilar. Now we have my power cable. This is going to connect to the battery and to the unit itself. Then the next thing we have is our transducer, okay? Humminbird transducer for this unit. Now what we have next is the unit itself. This is a Humminbird Helix 5 SI with chirp. And then lastly we have the case that I'm using, okay? This is basically an old camera case that I had for my T6i that I'm using to record with right now, that I got when I bought it. So those are all the parts, and now we're going to get into how I put this all together. Okay, so now the first thing I'm going to go over is basically this is the case that I use, okay? And now inside of the case it has a divider like this, okay? So this opens up and down, right? So now what I do is basically the first thing I do is I open up this divider down here, and then I take the battery, the 12-volt battery here, and what I do is I slide it down in so it sits at the bottom of the case like so. Okay? Now what I do, the next thing that I do is I take my power cable now, and I just go ahead and make my attachments to the battery. So now that I have my power cable attached to the battery, all I do is I feed the rest of the cable down into here, so there's not a lot sticking out, just enough to connect to the unit. Now that I have most of the cable fed into where the battery is, all I do is I take this Velcro divider and I bring it down and I cover it up. Now all I have is a little bit of where this is going to plug into the electronics itself. So now basically what I'm going to do is take my my actual unit, and I'm going to plug it in. Okay. Now I'm going to set it in there, right? Now I take my transducer plug-in and I plug that in, and I set that down within the case. Now all the extra cord that I have for my transducer, I just feed that into the case. So now you can see the unit is into the case. There's some cords sticking up a little bit, but anyways, it's in there, and I have about how much I need an extra slack for my transducer right here. So now what you can do with your transducer is just, I have a little pocket here, open that up and push it in there, and then that could sit like that. And that's basically, this is how I have my unit set up. And then we could turn the unit on. And as you can see, it's got power, it works good. So this is basically just something that I rigged up, you know, because I had this stuff laying around and I didn't feel like paying 143 bucks for the actual setup there. So you can see the display works just fine. And then you can just keep it like this essentially while you're fishing. And then whenever you want to pop holes, you can just pick it up and move to the next hole. Okay? So basically, that is how I have my unit set up. Alright everybody, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and I know it was kind of a quick video, but like I said, I had a lot of questions about how I set that unit up exactly, And basically it was just what I had laying around for a case was really what I used. And I just got to thinking one day and I was like, wow, that'll work easily actually. So I just didn't want to pay the $143 for the ice fishing case itself. If you want to do that, you can. I will leave a link in the description below to that case and everything. But that's basically just how I have it set up. So if you guys have something laying around at home where you could do something like that, I'm happy to help and give you some ideas. But like I said, a lot of questions asking me how I have my unit set up, and that's basically it. But like I said, I'll leave a link in the description to the actual case for this. And if you go to Shields or something and you want to pick up this unit, you can actually buy an ice fishing unit if you'd rather go that route. See, I do a lot more offshore fishing, so I bought this for my boat originally, and I converted it for an ice fishing unit. Alright guys, so that's basically how I have it set up. Hope you enjoyed the video. Remember to like and subscribe, and like I say, keep fishing hard. Until next time, we'll see you later.